Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable examiners of this final assignment examination, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, all praise is due to Allah and blessings and peace be upon to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, I would like to thank for the opportunity that has given to me to present my final project proposal under the title Design Layout of the Production Floor Facility in the Modern Rice Mill Plan Project, aka MRMP project, based on systematic layout planning method. Before we move, let me introduce myself. That my name is Chandra Putri Gemilang from Design and Manufacture Engineering Study Program with MRP 0617 04 and 6. For the first chapter, I would like to tell you about the research background with the topic that I raised is the design of the facility layout on the MRMP project that owned by Perum Bulog, which is planned to be built in 5 different locations in Indonesia, including Jember. This project is still in the process of infrastructure development, and the latest development of the project is iron fabrication process in the main building. That's on 21 December 2020, and the process of excavating the main building foundation on 23 December 2020. This factory layout design, which has several revisions and has not received approval for further processing until now. That's why this project has been delayed for several months. And next, I would like to explain the production process before we discussing the problem in the layout. And the following is a layout on the dryer system. The flow production start from intake row cleaner and pre-cleaner, and then the grain is temporarily stored into the wet paddy silo, and then it's moved to the dryer machine to dry the grain, and then after that the grain is temporarily stored in the silo to be cooled down. After the dryer process, the grain will be funneled to the RMO system or rice milling unit system with a conveyor to the flow scale. And after from the flow scale, it will went to the pre-cleaner and it's moved to the destoner. After from the destoner, the rice will be moved to the husker. It takes 2 time for the husking process, and from the husker, it went to the paddy separator to separate between the husks and rice. After that, it went to the whitener machine for 3 times. After from the whitener machine, it went to the rotary sifter, and after that, it went to the first polisher machine to polish the rice, and after from the polisher machine, the rice will be moved to the color sorter, and it will went back to the second polisher to polish the rice. After from the second polisher, the rice will move to the length separator to separate between the head rice and broken rice. After that, the rice will be mixing with the mixer machine and divided into 2 qualities, that is top premium quality and premium quality, before finally being packaged with vacuum and sewing machine. We can see that the layout of the RMO system, there is an intersection of trajectories and backtracking from the flow scale, to the pre-cleaner, and from the second polisher to the color sorter. The weakness of the current factory layout is that the layout of each facility isn't optimal because it has not considered to the degree of proximity between facilities and does not examine to the production flow. Therefore, I raise this problem to be the topic of my final project to be able to design the layout of MRMP facilities in accordance with the degree of closeness between department and flow production using the systematic layout planning method or SLP. Why? Because the result of alternative layout from the SLP method is more regular in shape so that it's more attractive and easy to implement. That is my background, and this is the current layout that I got from Perum Bulog. This location is in the Jember. And we move to the second chapter, its research problem. And this research problem is one, how to design the layout of the MRMP production floor using SLP method. And the second one is how is the result of decreasing material handling design. And this research have several objectives that must be achieved, including can design alternative layout on MRMP production floor based on SLP method, and then can decrease the distance of material handling from the alternative layout. The fourth chapter is the research significance of this final project. The benefit of this research is can produce a layout design that can be used as a proposal for the project development of MRMP, especially that located in Jember, and then increase knowledge about factory layout design using the SLP method, and the last is can be used as the reference for further research. In this study, there are several things that can be used as a limitation in research, including the following. The first is this was conducted on the MRMP project that located in Jember. And next is research and analysis is only carried out on the production floor, and then do not make change to the production system or the order of the MRMP production process, and doesn't discuss about cost and production time. And the last one is does not discuss about the occupational health and safety, aka OHS. And the sixth chapter is the literature review that I used for this final project, including the method. The method is systematic layout planning. This method was developed by Richard Mulder in 1973. This approach is widely used for various kinds of problems and methods of settlement which include several stages, including problems in production, transportation, warehousing, supporting service, and others. This statement is said by Iwayan Sukania on 2016. And systematic layout planning has several steps. That is, the first one is analysis of material flow. The flow of materials can be measured qualitatively using a measure of the closeness degree relationship between one facility and another. And the second one is activity relationship chart or ARC. Is a technique to determine the relationship between areas that support activities during production process. And the next is ARD or activity relationship diagram. Is a diagram that explains the relationship between material flow patterns and the location of its supporting department and the production department. And then is analysis the space requirement, that evaluate the area requirement for setting all the factory facilities required. And then space relationship diagram is determined of the room relationship diagram that needs to be evaluate the area of space available and required for all activities of the plant. SRD is the combination of ARD and space requirement. The last is we can make the alternative layout, that the design can be made by combining consideration of the required area of the SRD. And material handling. Material handling is an activity that is very important to production activities and is closely related to production layout planning. To enable the production process to run, it's necessary to carry out material transfer activities. And the main objective of material handling planning is to reduce production costs. On the 7th chapter is research method. For this final project, I use this flow diagram that is start from analyze background of the problem, then formulation of the problem, and then arrangement of the purpose and the benefit. That's all of this is already I told before. And after that, we can move to the data collection, including current layout design, flow production data, material handling, frequency of the material handling, and the last is machinery data. After that, we can move to the study of literature, and the next is analysis of the material flow and design layout. We can make the design layout. After that, the alternative design layout. If it has distance reduction, we can move to the discussion and conclusion and suggestion. If it's not reduce the distance, we will back to the design layout again and analyze the design layout until we get the distance reduction. The last one is I will show you my plan for the first project. For the final project and under the table schedule that's shown. And I'm planning my final project start from December on 20 and 20 until June on 20 and 21. For problem identification, it started on December 2020. For the literature of study, it starts from December until January. For data collection, primary data or secondary data, it starts from December until February. And processing data, it starts from February until May. And data analysis is from from March until June on 2021. And conclusion and suggestion, it means the last of my final project. Final project is on June on 2021. That's all my presentation. The honorable examiners, I have to present to the all of my final project proposal from chapter 1 until chapter 7. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.